Okay, so this is Ringwalk Media in association with Barclay Carter Racing and Redline Specialist Supercars. You'd like one of those, Laura Payne, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't mind one of those. That sounds good.
What would you go for? BMW, Mercedes, Lambo?
Probably either a Mark, Mercedes, or a Lambo. Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Well,
yeah,
listen, lovely to
wouldn't be too
meet
bad.
you, Laura. We haven't had you on the channel before. We've seen some of your fights, but nice to
Yep,
have you on.
lovely to be on. Thank you very much.
Well, listen, you've got a fight coming up this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, this Saturday York Hall. So feeling good. Just want to get in there now. Literally, we've just finished my last session. So
Right.
yeah, we're all good to go now.
And how was that? You pleased that you might be able to eat in a couple of days?
Couple of days, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to eat some food.
Listen, you've boxed a couple of times this year. You've done very, very well. Step up a
Yeah.
little bit in the opponent, I think, for Friday, Saturday night. Is it Saturday night?
Yeah, Saturday night. Yeah, she's a tough girl. Evelyn Camp something from
Yeah,
Italy. Yeah, she's gonna come in strong. I know that, and I know she's had a lot of experience. So she's there to do her. She's there to win. She's there to do a job and put me away basically. And the same as with me. So,
yeah,
but I'm fully prepared and fully ready. So I'm going in confident.
yeah. It's Evelyn Camporeal, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So she's got a couple of knockouts on her record as well, hasn't she?
Yeah, she's got a couple of knockouts. So I think she's gonna come in quite game and quite tough. Obviously I'll have a weigh in with her on Friday, so I'll see a little bit more about her. But I think she looks quite strong. But at the end of the day, like I've trained so hard and I'm in the gym non-stop, so
Heard.
believe I'm more than ready for her. Yeah, I believe I'm more than ready for her and looking forward to it.
And of course, this is your first eight rounder.
Yeah.
How have you changed your training? Have you sort of adapted to going eight rounds, or are you kind of quite used to it?
To be honest with you, I'm always very fit, and in camp we do really push fitness. So I believe, like in previous fights, I could have done 8 rounds. But the training has stepped up. Even though I'm a fit girl, the training stepped up because the rounds have stepped up. But I leave all that down to my coach, John Edwards. He knows what he's doing in that sort of department. I just listen and do whatever he says, and then the results come, don't they?
I love all the female boxers that come on and we speak to them. They all say, "Oh, I do what I'm told." No, you don't.
No, do you know what? I do most of what I'm told.
I know Lauren
Training
Parker
wise, I
very
do what I'm
well.
told.
I know Lauren
Yeah,
Parker very well, and she says, "I do what I'm told." No, she doesn't.
yeah, I do the training wise. I do maybe just not the diet at the start of camp.
But it's nice to see that women's boxing is still going strong at this sort of learning stage. Um,
Yeah,
I think this year has been a tough year for women's boxing. I know there's been a few females out there that have got titles that are struggling to get fights.
yeah,
Um, how do you feel the year's gone for yourself? Because you've had a couple of fights, haven't you?
yeah. I can't complain about this year. To be honest with you, I think that I've been active as what I sort of could be. Giving myself proper camps and then boxing and then a little bit of rest after. That's what you need to do at the end of the day. So yeah, in terms of for me, I feel happy with how this year's gone.
And you're on, of course, Nielsen Boxing on
Yeah,
Saturday. Now they
that's
are
it. Yeah,
always good shows, aren't they? Back to the capital, I think it's called, isn't it?
that's it. Yeah, that's it. I think it's going to be a great show. I've boxed on their shows a couple of times now. They're lovely people. They know how to put on a good show as well. So it's good.
Yeah, Mark likes his flashing lights and his ring
He
walks.
does. Yeah, that's good though. It's all part of it. It's all part of it. I think it's entertainment at the end of the day. So yeah,
What have
it's
you
got to be
got? What
done.
have you got planned for your ring walk? Anything special? We've got to wait and
You'll
see.
have to see. You'll have to see.
Ah.
You'll have to see.
Well, listen, it's nice to hear that you've had a good year, and I think I'm allowed to say you may
Yeah.
have a title fight that has been rearranged for towards the end of the year if this one goes all right.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the only, not negative, but the only thing that happened this year, which was a bit of an upset. But it's nobody's fault. York Hall flooded. There's main
Yeah.
pipe burst, so the whole show was cancelled. So I was meant to be fighting for the Commonwealth title. Managed to get out luckily in Leeds. Thank you to my management. A couple of weeks after, or a week after, something like that. I boxed in Leeds, done a good 6 rounder, but that Commonwealth title will be happening now on the 14th of December. So of course it's a big title to get. I'm in the sport to chase titles. I want to be a world champion, and I believe that this is I'm on the right path. And it's destined for me at the end of the day.
Obviously, people who don't know you or much about you You obviously had a Team GB background.
Yeah,
You've got that winning mentality. I speak
yeah,
to people that have been in the GB squad, people like Chloe Watson, for example, and she
yeah,
says the mentality doesn't change, just the boxing does. How have you
yeah, yeah.
how have you found that sort of transition from that elite amateur level right the way through to where you are now?
Think it's sort of obviously it's a lot different. You've almost got to learn how to box again. But for me, as an amateur, I always had more of a pro style.
Mm.
So for me, I was almost it was almost like I was sort of a bit more of a stand toe to toe sort of and fight instead of more of a pretty boxer, if you know what I
Yeah,
mean. But I've still got that under me as well. Obviously, I've been with John, the same coach, for like over 10 years now. So, and he's created so many champion amateurs and obviously pros as well. So he knows exactly what he's doing in terms of the training you and making sure that you're right for the fights you're going into. So I think I can mix it up a little bit, but yes, it is different. But sometimes as a pro, you still need that amateur pedigree. Sort of, there's times where you're going to need to pick up your feet and you're going to
yeah.
need to pick up the work rate and things like that. So it's obviously good to have a good amateur pedigree as well.
I think that that winning mentality gives you that little step up opposed to someone who's not really had that elite sort of background, if that makes sense.
Yeah, for sure. Like obviously, say as an amateur, say you're in a tournament and you've got to win to get to the next fight, the next day, or whatever it is. Like you have to win. There's not, in a lot of amateurs, it's it doesn't matter. It's all experience, which yeah, it is. But when you've got to win to get into
Yeah.
these, championships or whatever, you have got to win, and that's it. So it's exactly the same as a pro. Every time you're getting inside the ring, that's for your career at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So you've got to have that winning mentality, and you've got to stay focused, and you've got to do everything to come out victorious.
Well, you've got that title fight. Hopefully, if all goes well this weekend.
Yeah,
Well, Christmas that'll be nice. You can have a nice Christmas,
I
can't
know. I know. Last Christmas, I couldn't eat anything, like
you?
literally anything nice, because I was boxing in January. So I was on the diet, but this time I'm gonna win that Commonwealth and I'm gonna pig out.
So, if all goes well and you become
Yeah,
champion, you get a strap. What does
yeah.
2025 look like in your best scenario for you?
So obviously, I want to get that Commonwealth title at the end of this year, and then again, I'll just leave that down to my management. They're
Yeah.
planning my path for me. John's planning my path for me, and he'll have a plan. I'll just go with what he says. But as I say, we are here to pick up titles. You've got the British title, and you've got I want to get every title I possibly can. Of course, I do. But he's there to guide me and make sure I'm taking the right opportunities when that's at the right time.
I love it when a boxer sits on the fence and doesn't say what they want to do.
I'll leave it down to him, otherwise I'll get in trouble.
I know we will. Do you know what? One thing I like about the women's game, and we call it the women's game, but personally, I think it's now just boxing. Uh,
Yeah, yeah. There's no women's and men's. It is
no,
boxing. We're doing the same as the men.
exactly.
The only difference is obviously the rounds at the moment, but we're breaking into the 3 minute rounds now. So yeah, it's positive.
I like the fact that there's now a British title to fight for because
Yeah,
the British title in the men's game, as they say, is the one that
yeah,
you ask any boxer over a world title, they'll want the British.
yeah,
You've got someone like, for example, Michael Gomez Jr. is fighting Bellotti in a couple of weeks over in
yeah,
Manchester. He wants that title, like
yeah.
more than
That's
anything.
that's the title I've always. I just like the look of it, and I think everybody does, don't they? Like what you say, everybody wants a British title. Like I want to. I definitely want to box and get a British title for sure. And then,
Yeah,
like I say, world titles will follow, won't they? But
yeah,
one step at a time.
of course. Well, it sounds like you've got the right grounding and the right experience going forward, and it's nice to see another young female boxer coming up and doing rather well.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I've heard a little bird tells me you're quite into your fishing.
Oh, I love it. I love
I've heard you've
fishing.
caught some big uns as well. Come on, tell me about
Yeah.
the fishing.
Honestly, so I always used to go with my dad, like from when I was really young. He got me into it, and I've just kept up with it. Like every time I box, I'll then go fishing for a few nights, and when I'm not in camp, I'm always fishing. Like I say, I've like done it since I was a little girl, and
Yeah.
that's it. I still go like with my dad. Like we've got a trip planned at the end of this year, which I'm looking forward to, and yeah, it's quality time with him, but also I love it.
And you've got quite a famous fisherman friend now, haven't you?
Ali Hamidi, yeah, Ali
Yeah.
Hamidi. He's an absolute diamond, to be honest with you. Yeah, he's sponsoring me and helping me with my fishing as well. And we can do some great things together. So yeah, big up Ali Hamidi.
What's the biggest fish you've caught? What weight?
38 pounder.
38 pounds.
38. Yeah, it's quite a big fish.
That's massive. How did you get that
Yeah,
in?
it's just struggled, but got it in the end. Just pulled.
I'll tell you
No, but
what,
there's technique. Like let them have a bit of line, and yeah, there's a technique.
once all the boxing's done and dusted, you could go off and be a fisherwoman.
That's it. There we go. Retire happy. That's how it's got to be.
Well, listen, you mentioned there, you've got a sponsor.
Yeah,
We all know how tough it is in boxing at this level. And even
yeah,
when you get higher, it's still tough.
yeah.
Sponsors are the only reason that you can do it. So just give your guys a little mention.
Yeah, no, I appreciate all my sponsors, everybody that supports me. I've got really loyal sponsors and anyone that supports me in any way. Without sponsors, like what you say, you wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to box full time. I'm lucky enough to be able to box full time. So yeah, big shout out to everybody that's supporting me, backing me, and believing in me.
And we'll tag them in this interview.
I'll tag every one of them in this interview. Yeah, I'll send
You
you
have
their
to send them
tags.
to me and I'll tag them on for you.
Of course I will. Yeah,
And of course, a loyal supporter base. I mean, I've heard your guys are pretty noisy.
yeah. We've got a big army coming down. We always do, and yeah, they do shout, lose their voice, and it's all good. But no, it's good. I've got so much support, at this stage as well. It's fantastic, and hopefully that's just going to keep growing and growing. And yeah, it's doing well.
And I'll tell you what, York Hall is rocking when you've got a few rowdy ones in there, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. York Hall is the best venue. I love it. I'm so excited to box there again. Like the first time I ever boxed there, I was like, wow. It's not like a big stadium venue, but it's just the atmosphere and how you feel boxing there with everybody there. So it's a really good feeling.
And that's why even the biggest, promoters all still have
That's
shows
it.
there on TV as well.
They all have them there. All the big names have boxed there. I'm just gonna have to move over here because my phone's gonna run out of charge. All the big names have boxed there, haven't they?
Yep,
Everybody has,
yep.
and,
Have.
and they wouldn't all
Oh,
be putting shows on if they. Can you hear me? Yeah.
I don't know where you've moved to, but there we go. You're back.
Oh,
That's it.
can you hear me?
Yes, you're
Yeah.
back. Yeah, you broke
Oh,
up a little
sorry.
bit there.
All right. Perfect. Sorry about that. Literally just looked at it and it said 1%.
Yeah, no, that's all right. But yeah, no, I mean York Court should be a great night on Saturday night. Are there any tickets available still?
Yeah, so tickets you can purchase through me. So the standard tickets are £60, the ring sides are 100. If anybody wants any, they can just direct message me on my Instagram at Laura Payne underscore, and then I can leave the tickets on the door.
Underscore. Somebody else called Laura Payne got your name.
Underscore. Yeah, somebody else has got it.
How dare they?
Payne spelled Pain as well.
Well, that's not cricket, is it? I'll tell you, that's not on. We'll have to sort that one
No,
out.
it's not on. Bad, that is.
Well, listen, it's been very, very nice to speak to you. We
Perfect. Thank you.
wish you luck for Saturday night, and that'll set you up nicely for the end of the year for a title fight. And sounds like you've
Yeah.
had a good start in your career, and we'll keep our eyes on you, as they say.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your time and the interview.
Yeah, no, it's nice to speak to you. Take care.
Perfect. Nice to speak to you. Thank you. Bye bye.